Hi everyone, it's Anne here from annshappystampers.co.uk and I'm back with another tutorial today, and I wanted to make a lovely box for these chocolates, and these will be gifts for people who shop with me in the month of June. And I just wanted to make a nice presentation box for them. So that's what we're going to make today. And what you're going to need is, okay, so I'm going to make it in Pacific Point, okay, and this DSP is from Pretty Petals, which unfortunately will be retiring in a couple of days, but I just wanted to get some of it used up. So I'll go through the sizes of that in a minute, but the card, you're going to need a piece measuring 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 inches, and you're going to need two pieces measuring 8 inches by 6 inches, okay. And then I've got three pieces here. I've got two Very Vanilla and one Pacific Point, and the biggest one measures 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Then it goes down to 3.25 by 3.25, and then 3 inches by 3 inches. And I'll show you what we're going to do with these when we get there. Okay, so okay, we're going to start with the large piece of Pacific Point card first, and we need to do a bit of scoring for it. So we just get the scoreboard out, okay, and then what you need to score on is, it's just 1.5 inches on all four sides, okay. So 1.5 inches, and I'm not sure if I said, but this is the 7 3/4 by 7 3/4 piece. So 1.5 inches on all four sides, okay. Alright, and that's that bit done. And then if we take the smaller 8 by 6 inch piece, and what we need to score this on is on the long side, the 8-inch side. If you just score it at 1.5 inches, whoops, 1.5 inches and 6.5 inches, and then turn it to the short side and score it at 2 inches and 3.5 inches, okay. And then just do the exact same on the other 8 by 6 piece. So on the long side it's 1.5 and 6.5, short side is 2 inches and 3.5 inches. Okay, so we can pop this away now, and we're just going to fold and burnish our score lines, okay. Okay, and this is really simple. If we just take some scissors, and all we're going to do is on each of these score lines, we're just going to cut up the score line, alright, and then we're just going to take a little notch out of each side, and that's just going to help it close neatly. turn it round, do the same on the other side. Okay, and that's the base of the box for the chocolates to sit in, and all that's going to happen there is they're going to fold up and it's just going to create your box. So if we turn it over, we just need to put adhesive on all 4 of these little tabs. So I'm just going to stick a couple of pieces of tear and tape on there. Okay, and we'll remove these and get this stuck down. Okay, so like I say, if you just fold it over, do the same with this side as well. Okay, and then I'm just going to go in with the bone folder and just press all them down. Okay, and with a bit of luck, our little chocolates fit nicely in there. Alright, so that's that bit done, and we're going to move on to the lid now. Now, taking one of our pieces, just fold, burnish our lines, our score lines. Okay, and then I'm just going to get my little scrap piece so I know what I've got to cut here. Okay, yeah, so you've got a larger piece and a smaller piece. Okay, so what we're going to cut now is a smaller section at the bottom. We're just going to completely cut away this large rectangle here. So just completely remove that. Okay, and do the same with the one on the other side. Completely remove that as well. Okay, so you should have that. And then what you need to do now is you need to take quite a big wedge out of here. So like I say, I'm taking quite a big piece out. Okay, and then if you turn it to its side and then just cut up this score line here, and you'll have a little tab, and just wedge this tab here. Okay, and then turn it the other way and do the same. cut down the score line, wedge this tab. Okay, and then now you've got two flaps here, and I'm going to take a bigger pair of scissors for this, and all you're going to do is you're going to cut diagonally from the corner to this corner. Okay, so just, you could measure it with a ruler or score it or whatever, but I'm just going to cut straight along and just create that, and do the same on this side from corner to corner. Okay, so that is what you should have, and we're just going to do exactly the same with the other piece. So I'll get rid of these. So again, we're just going to fold and burnish our score marks, score lines rather. Okay, so again, because what's going to happen is, in effect, what we're making is like a double lid. I mean, they are going to end up getting folds round like that. No, yeah, like that. So, and then it's going to form a lid that is going to flip on and off when it's done. Okay, so we need to do the same again. So the smaller piece at the bottom, just remove these rectangles, okay, and then take a good size wedge off there like that. Okay, then turn it to the side and just cut up here and just notch out of your little tab there. And again, same with this side, just cut up there and notch out of the tab. Okay, and I'm just checking I'm going to end up cutting it the right way. So yeah, we need to cut down from corner to corner. Corner to corner. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all these little scraps, and then we can start and get this stuck together and get it stuck on. But actually I think probably the best thing to do is to put our designer series paper on first. So when we fold, what's going to happen is the larger piece that we've notched is going to get stuck underneath the box. Okay, like that. And then, so obviously that is going to fold over there, but you're going to have a little piece, if I can get it right, a little, you're just going to snip that little bit off that you can see. So if you just hold it there, and then if you take your scissors, you can just snip this little piece off. I'm probably making it look harder than it is, but it's just, yeah, it's better to get it at that angle, to be honest. So yeah, just snip this little flap off. Okay, and do the same with the next side. So just snip this little flap that's sticking over. Okay, so we need to pop tape just on to these two little flaps here. Okay, so just going to pop some tape onto there. And we'll get these stuck down, and then so fold that over, line that up, okay, like that. And if there's any little bits sticking out, just snip them off, okay? But make sure you get it right to the edge, which I haven't there, so I'm just gonna put a bit of Tombow on there, otherwise it's just gonna flap around. So just a little bit of glue on there. Make sure it's stuck properly. Okay, and like I say, that is going to get stuck there, so the box will just close over like that. Okay, so we're going to have to put tape on this bit as well to stick it to the bottom of the box, but before that I would design a series paper that I cut, so I want it's going to go like that. I've cut a piece for there, and I've also cut a piece for there as well. Okay, and that's going to go on both sides of our lid like that. Okay, so I'm going to stick these on and I'll be back when I've done that. Okay, so I've stuck all those bits on, and that's what it looks like now. Okay, which I think is really pretty. And I've also put a piece inside the box, and this piece is 4.5 by 4.5 inches. The front piece is 4 3/4 by 2 1/4, and you'll need 2 of them. And then the side piece is 4 3/4 by 1 1/4, and you'll need 2 of those as well. Okay, and you need to pop tape on the inside because that is what's going to stick to our box. Okay, so I think probably the best way is to do it this way. So first of all, if we just peel the tape off, okay, just check I've got it the right way around. So yeah, so you can just slide it in, okay, and basically just stick it down, and then you've got the side that opens, which I think it looks really nice. And then peel the tape off again on the other piece, and that's going to go obviously on that side, so tip it upside down and just make sure it's in the right place. That's it, and then just stick that down, and there you have it. You've got a lovely kind of like a split opening box, isn't it? And then our little chocolates will go fit nicely inside, and I think that makes a lovely little gift. And like I say, that is what people who shop with me in June will get as one of the gifts to say thank you. Now the last thing I want to do is with these little pieces that I cut, what this is going to be for is I'm going to be just centering them like that, and then they're going to get stuck so they look like they're in the middle, but then obviously it's only going to get stuck to one side. And I'm going to put a nice little flowers I'm going to heat emboss and a sentiment on there, so we'll concentrate on this little piece for now that we need. So what I'm going to do with that bit is I've got the new set, which is Love and Affection, and I've got these two flowers and the two little pieces for in the middle of the flower. And I'm probably just going to do actually I was going to do the little flower as well, but judging by the size I could just have one flower there and the sentiment underneath. So yeah, I'm just going to do one flower. So what I'm going to do is I want to stamp it on some of the Pacific Point, which I've got the stamp mounted, and I'm going to heat emboss it. I'm going to do it with gold powder, so just going to wipe a bit of this down, and then I've got the stamp mounted, and with a bit of Versamark I'm just going to ink the stamp up, and I'm just going to stamp it there. Okay, and also the little middle of the flower, which is that one, I'm gonna again just ink this up and try and get this. Might have to, sorry if you can't see, but I want to try and get it in the middle as much as I can. Just stamp that there, okay, like that. And I've got some gold powder, okay, and I'm gonna heat set it, which won't take long. And then all that's left to do is to fussy cut this out, so I'll be back when I've done that. So I've cut that out, which looks gorgeous, and I've just stuck it on the back with a dimensional, and then I've got Sending a Smile Your Way, and with some Pacific Point ink as well. I'm going to stamp that just underneath the flower. Okay, so just ink up the stamp, and then we're just going to pop that underneath the flower. Which looks beautiful. As you can see, that's so pretty. And then what I've done is on our two of the little pieces, we get this, this bit I've just put the dimensionals on 1/2 because it's going to stick on here but just on 1/2, so we don't want it, if you stick it on that piece it's not going to open, so I want that about there. So I'm going to peel these dimensionals, peel the backing off. We'll try and get this stuck where we want it. Okay, so I want it roughly in the middle if I can. So yeah, I think about there looks good to me. As you can see, obviously that'll still open, and then the next little blue bit I've just popped some on the back of here ahead of time. And there we go. I think that makes a beautiful gift, and I hope you'll agree, and I would be over the moon to receive that. So there we go. I hope you like it. All the details will be on my blog, which is annshappystampers.co.uk. so thanks for watching, and I'll be back probably tomorrow, as I'm going to be doing a kind of new catalogue video. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.